Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. Fortune's back on the trail, and he's wasting no more time. He's got mountains to climb and valleys to cross. Walking in the forest, in between the trees and the moss. It's party time. I am all dried out. It is nice and cool. Feel a little bit of moisture in the air, but not much. It is going to be an epic, beautiful day. The sun is rising over there. Nice and bright and beautiful, just on the other side of that hill. I got about 12 miles to Blood Mountain, and then descending and heading on to see how many summits I get to today. It was a great night at Above the Clouds Hostel, hanging out with Lucky. Great guy. You got to stay above the clouds when you get here and start your journey if you're coming this way. Just a great host. Plethora of experience and information. Great place on 17 acres. My only problem was I couldn't sleep. I think I finally got to sleep around 10. Woke up at midnight, which is not abnormal at all for me because I normally wake up a lot. The problem was I couldn't get back to sleep for 5 hours or more. Last time I looked at the clock, it was after 5, and I thought I might as well just stay up. And then I dozed off, of course. So got up a little after 6, total of maybe 3 hours of sleep. And now I'm going to be climbing, I don't know, 4, 5, or 6 mountains a day. Fortune style. No rest for the weary. But I should be tired tonight and be able to sleep good. Catch up on some of that sleep. Oh, but it's going to be a beautiful day. Looking forward to today and the next few days. Warmer temps. It's a nice breeze right now. Okay, you've heard enough of the weather. Let's just get out there and have a great morning on day 3 of the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, baby. Oh my goodness, it's worth another look. Yeah. You can hear that wind howling. In my times of coming up to Woody Gap, it's one of the windier gaps. Probably about 1.5 miles from there now. I will summit Ramrock Mountain first, which kind of climbing up right now. I think there's some nice views right before the summit. I mean, there's beautiful views right now with the leaves being gone on the trees and the sun coming up over those mountains. Absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know if I said this at the end of yesterday's video or not, but I did get the Far Out Navigation app problem fixed. I just had to delete the app and upload it again to the phone. And that fixed the problem. Now everything is there that's supposed to be there. Towns, mountains, shelters, everything. So that's a good thing. Like I said, major inconvenience not knowing what's coming up ahead on when you're used to seeing it on there, so you can kind of figure out miles and such. Just came down a hump there. I don't think it's a summit of anything. It's probably part of Ramrock. It's beautiful views. A little chilly right now, and that wind makes it chillier, but it's going to keep warming up all day, and that sun should be shining. I know it's supposed to be clear, but the next few days after today is supposed to be mostly sunny, so we'll see. Forecast always changes. I guess it just gives me something to talk about with y'all right now as I'm climbing up a mountain, because why wouldn't you want to have a conversation when you're climbing up a mountain? All right, let's get up Ramrock. Wow, so beautiful, even between the trees. Little bit of an outcropping here right before the summit of Ramrock. Gorgeous. Love the way the sun is peeking underneath the clouds over there today. Looks like it might be overcast for a bit, but for now still can see the views in the distance, and that color scheme right there is gorgeous. It's going to be an epic day. Standing on the summit of Ramrock Mountain. Fortune, let me do it this time. Please, let me do it this time. Okay, you know what to do, right? Go ahead. Okay, here we go. Standing on the top of this mountain, Ramrock. We're on the top of Ramrock, and it's beautiful. And, well, Ramrock Mountain, it's in the bucket. No, Mr. Know-It-All, that's not how you do it. Listen and learn, amateurs. Standing on the summit of Ramrock Mountain. Beautiful views right over there, and over there, and over there. Just one little section without the trees. But the first summit of the day is a beauty. And Ramrock Mountain is in the bag. It has been busy out here so far this morning. I think I've passed 10 people, all of them in sets of 2, just in the last mile. The closer I get to Blood Mountain, the worse that's going to get, being a nice day like it's supposed to be today. But the part that stinks is I'm on the ridge, not a whole lot of areas to go. Have a business meeting. And I got to have a business meeting. I'm trying to wait. Got to be careful with that, though. You could go in your pants, and then the situation's worse. then you stink out everybody you walk by. I need to have a business meeting, and I need to stop talking about it because it's making it worse. But I need to wait until there's a place where I could get behind some trees so the multitudes of people on the trail do not see me. It's a private business meeting. Nobody's allowed. Woody Gap. And looky what I see. I totally forgot about this. There's a restroom right there. I can have my business meeting in there. As you can see, there's people everywhere for very early in the morning. Perfect place for a restroom. I don't normally like to go in privies, but that one came in quite handy. Neal Gap is 10.8 miles, which is up and over Blood Mountain. And went about 4 so far today. So that'll put me right around 14, 15 miles, somewhere around there. By the time I get there, and there's a store where I'm going to get me some smoked sausage and some cheese and probably some donuts to add to my food, and then continue on probably another 4 or 5 miles at least before setting up camp tonight. Man, it was busy in that parking lot. There was at least 4 or 5 people who tried to get into that restroom while I was in there. And it's funny when the door is locked and they open it and they tried to open it again and they tried like a third time. Like, what part of locked aren't you getting here? There's somebody in here. Oh, it's so funny. Definitely a lot of people getting out and about today though, so that's a good thing. But can't they do it on a different trail? You know me, I like my privacy, but it's all good. We all got to enjoy the mountains because they're here to be enjoyed. This is going to be an epic day. It's starting to cool down a little bit right now because I'm going up. And at Woody Gap, obviously a little more breeze, but the cloud cover is covering up the sun right now too, but it's still going to be a beautiful day. Whew. Freezer's Rock. Have a good one, y'all.
Take care. Look at these beautiful views in between the trees, down in the valley or the gorge. Looking beautiful. I'm about 6.5 to 7 miles
from Neal's Gap, about 4.5 to 5 miles from the summit of Blood Mountain. And I just want to say that smoked sausage and cheese is in my head and it will not get out. And it's torturing me. Here I am, the start of my day 3, which is really my second day because I started so late the first day. But I digress. It's the 3rd calendar day, not according to time. But I probably shouldn't be having my hiker hunger. I never lost my trail legs. It's only been 4 months since I finished the AT. But boy, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't do as much during those 4 months of mountains as I'd like to. I mean, I definitely did some hiking and some recon work and such, but did not do as much as I would normally do. And my gut shows it. I gained quite a bit in those 4 months. Not overly heavy or anything like that, but heavier than what I like myself to be at. In the gut region. It's the only place I gain weight. Still have chicken legs, still have chicken arms. Chicken arms? I don't think a chicken has arms. I don't know. But if they did, I have them. But anyway, I digress. I cannot stop thinking about food. I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna get me some sweet stuff to add to my can that I've already eaten. And yeah, smoked sausage, summer sausage, I mean, and cheese. Then I'll probably try to find something warm to eat before heading on to the next set of mountains for today. But I still have a ways to go before I'm there. So I'm going to torture myself a lot. I'm going to have to eat before then because I'm getting way too hungry thinking about this. But I can't wait to get to mountain crossings at Neal's Gap and get me some grub. There's some people coming at me on this busy day. The wind has definitely picked up in this area, brought down the temperature quite a bit. The sun, again, is hiding behind some clouds. As you can see, it's a mite bit chilly. A mite bit? It's mighty chilly. The sad part is, this is only 3,300 feet where I am right now, and I'll be going up to 4,400 feet on top of Blood Mountain. Now, I am coming close to a gap, and a lot of times the gaps are windier. So we shall see, but it might be pretty darn chilly up there, and it's supposed to be like 40 to 50 on top of Blood Mountain today, so it might be colder than that when I'm up there. We shall see. If I have to put gloves on and a hat and the coat, my puffy, then that's what I gotta do. It's definitely colder because of that wind though, for sure. But going strong. Let's see. About 9 miles in for the day right now. Actually more than that, about 10 miles in for the day so far. A lot of ups and downs, and right around 2,500 feet of elevation so far. Excuse me. So it's been a good morning so far, but I still can't wait for mountain crossings so I can get some grub, some grub in my body. And it will be warmer when I get down there as well. All right, hoping that sun comes out, but it looks like some pretty thick clouds up there, so it might not come out for a minute. And there might be some ice to contend with up high with the chill that's still here. And I do see some ice, as you can see right there, down here at this elevation. and it will definitely be getting colder as I get higher. All right, continuing on. I believe that's Blood Mountain right there, the summit. But I'm not sure because according to the map, it looks like I kind of go away from that. But there's so many zigzags and circular loops on the trail as you get closer to the summit that it's hard to tell. But I think that's it. The last 2 times I've been here, I haven't been able to see it at the top, so like coming up to it because of the fog or whatnot. So I'm not sure if that's it or not, but it has to be with the elevation and height that it is. So I think that's where I'm going. That's what I just showed. That was possibly Blood Mountain. Definitely not Blood Mountain. Coming up here and then going off to the right. The map was right, even though it confused me with the zigzags. In fact, I think I did the same exact thing last year. I think I seen that over there, thinking, I wonder if that's Blood Mountain. 2 years in a row of doing the same thing. Come on, Fortune. You're smarter than that. Getting close to the summit of Blood Mountain. Climbing underneath the Mountain Laurel right now on this last and final descent, or ascent. I'm not a pilot. Why am I saying final descent? That comes after the summit. A little winded because I haven't slowed down. Just keep pushing and pushing at the same speed. Have a really good pace going today. My lungs are feeling it though, I'm not gonna lie. All right, see you at the top. All right, we're coming to the summit of Blood, about 0.1 from the summit. Behind me is Brett. Brett knows me from, him and his brother knows me from YouTube, and just told me that I guess his brother got him my book for a gift. All of these people behind are part of a hiking group called Hiking Buddy. Come on through, guys.
Oh, sorry. Oh, cool.
Very cool.
Very nice.
These are all my kids. They're really not my kids. But how many is back there, Brett?
Eight right now.
We got 8 in this train behind me, coming up to Blood Mountain summit. No ice, rocks are a little wet, but not too bad. It has been a busy day, hikers all around. I have mad respect for people like Brett, who runs a hiking group, helps people get outside and get in the mountains, get on the trails, keep that blood flowing. So far it's just wet rock, no ice to speak of, so that's a good thing. How y'all doing? It's a video, you don't mind being on it?
Oh, hi.
Hi. Fortune Adventures.
Fortune Adventures.
Look at me marketing as I walk. Get to the top here, and we'll only have 2 more miles to get down to the descent to mountain crossings and Neil Gap. And get some food. And the summit is here. All right, see if we can get some views up here today. All right.
from the rock of Blood Mountain at the summit.
Gross. You don't put cheese in this stuff.
Top of the shelter.
Maybe over the summer.
Here's an alternate summit to Blood Mountain. Not as many people know about this one. I usually go up to the summit and go back down, and you have to go past a little bit to see this one, but not as many people on this rock. Beautiful views though.
And Blood Mountain is in the bag. Still descending Blood Mountain. There was just a little bit of wet on the rocks. Haven't really ran into any ice except one spot, but you could walk around it. Kind of going up right now, but I really am descending, I swear. I'm not climbing the mountain again. Looks like about 1.8 miles down to the store and Neil's Gap to get some food before carrying on. It is warm now. The sun is out, beating upon me. No breeze, and definitely not 4,400 feet in the air now. How y'all doing?
Good.
Very busy trail today, which is understandable because this is one of the nicer days it's been in this area for some time. The ice and snow being gone and mild temperatures. All right, continuing on to mountain something, Neil's Gap to the store. Just leaving Neil's Gap and the store. Let's see kind of the back end of it there. I am freezing. It is cold there at Neil's Gap because of the wind blowing. Even though the sun was shining, goodness, it felt like it was 25 or 30 degrees. But I got some good food in me. I don't know if it was good food, but it was food. A pizza Hot Pocket, a bean and cheese chimichanga, Ruffles chips, and a Twinkie. Well, and a Mellow Yellow because I didn't have Mountain Dew, and a Gatorade. I mean, I think that's all of the food groups. But goodness, I'm freezing. So I got to go up here like another 5 miles or so. Might go past that, but might be stopping at like 5 miles. That would put me at 20 miles for the day. There's like campsites there, but it's gonna be a little higher than where I am right now, but not by much. Won't be up like Blood Mountain summit elevation. If this breeze would just stop, it wouldn't be that bad, but right now it's cold and I wasn't moving and I was sweating, obviously on Blood, you know, with 3,600 feet of elevation. Gets the body sweating a little bit, so that's what was going on. And then you sit and the wind hits it, you get really cold fast. So I'll be glad to be moving here and to change into a nice warm dry shirt when I end for the day, which will be about 2 hours, looks like. I'm sure you can hear those motorcycles down there. They've been constant ever since I got down to Neil's Gap. A lot of crotch rockets, I guess I call them. I don't know if that's the right name for them or not. That's just what I grew up calling them. But the kind where you're leaning over to the side, almost look like you're falling down. Not my kind of thing. I'll take walking on a mountain any day. But seems to be a popular road for that, and a lot of people stopping at the store and picking stuff up at mountain crossings and so forth. Somebody bought one of my books while I was in there. That was pretty cool. Asked me to sign it. I'm like, sure, why not? That's pretty cool. But anyway, starting to warm up a little bit up here. The wind's not as bad. So I'm hoping getting in that sun and the wind not being there, I'll warm up pretty quickly, which I would love to do before I stop for the night. That would be great. All right, I don't have anything to say, so I guess I'll continue walking. Standing on the summit of Levelin Mountain, the first summit after Neal's Gap. Not a bad climb, steep in sections, but at least I'm out of that wind and feeling warm again. Need to take this beanie off as I'm a little sweaty. But now I'm going to be descending before I climb the next mountain. Wolf Laurel Top will be next. But that's in the future, and I like to live in the present. And in the present, Levelin Mountain is in the bag. Oops. That was like a false summit, if you want to call it that, or a hump before the actual summit, because now I'm on Levelin Mountain. Now I'm standing on the summit of Levelin Mountain. I thought that one looked different. Oh my goodness. Not much better views, but a little bit through the trees. The trees are a little lower here because I'm higher, so the sun definitely shines through a little bit more. And Levelin Mountain this time is in the bag. Still descending Levelin Mountain. This is one of the rockier sections of trail here in Georgia. It's real straightforward going up, but then downhill. A lot of big rocks, loose rocks, medium rocks. Just the kind of rocks that slow you down a little bit. No big deal at this time of day. You're gonna get to where I'm going plenty of times, so I don't need to rush. But descending here before climbing up Wolf Laurel Top. And I was gonna camp past Wolf Laurel Top, but if memory serves me correct, there's a nice little spot up there to set up a tent. So if I can get a nice little campsite on top of the mountain, yeah. Standing on the summit of Wolf Laurel Top. Really nice views for a small part of the summit. Right there they are. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, I say. It's going to be a nice sunset tomorrow, either in that area or that area. I'm 1.5 miles from Cow Rock as well, and I believe Cow Rock is wide open to the east. I think that's the direction that it's open, a big old bald on the top. I'm going to be camping right up there. You know, there's on the other side of those trees, there's a couple of spots. It's on the summit, but not in the opening that you have here. I wanted to show this to you first in all its beauty. And Wolf Laurel Top is in the bag.